Oh, snap. You guys, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to apologize 100% right now. I'm going to apologize because I was just sitting here doing my thing and I forgot to press go live. So that's on me. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Well, we're here. We're doing this. We are live. We are doing the thing. Man, I feel like an idiot. But I totally did forget. I forget to press go live. But we're oh my gosh. Let's see. Are we good now? Okay. Here we are. Let's just keep going with this. Yeah, I was definitely wow, I was sitting here going through all of this analysis and I forgot to press go live. My bad. My bad. That it's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Anyways, now that we're here, let's do it. 8:59. Let's go from the top, shall we? We had we had some news, right? You remember that? 8:30 we had some news. We talked about it yesterday. Where's my news at? Come on. Here's my news. Right. Table. Yeah. Show the news table. Here we go. We had at 8:15. So we had a couple, right? We had a couple. 7:30. Nothing crazy. 8:15, right? We had no, let me look at this. Let me look at this. Here we go. We had ADP employment change at 8:15. 8:30 we had a couple of news which actually gave us a big push to the upside. We had initial claims, continuing claims, productivity revenue, and unit labor cost revenue. At 8:45 we have S&P Global US Services PMI, and then 10 we have ISM non-manufacturing index. 10:30 natural gas inventories. 11 o'clock 11 a.m. Crude oil inventory. So if you're trading crude oil, 11 a.m. is an important time for you. I typically don't care for that, but it's there. Anyways, next thing coming up is 9:45. So this is going to be interesting, right? Because we've got 9:45 news and 10 a.m. news. This 9:45 is going to set us up for a 10 a.m. run. So keep that in mind. I would use this as confirmation to wherever you want price to go. And we'll just have to watch and see what happens, right? But if you're in a trade, or if we find something and we're in a trade and we have uh, just be careful. All right, where are we? What is this? Get out of here. I actually did mark. I marked 10 o'clock here, or 9:45. 9:45, 10 o'clock, and whatever I need to look at for today, right? All right, so here we go. I marked them out. Well, this thing marked them out. 9:45. 9:45. If we go to the 5-minute, it'll be there. It'll be at 9:45. 9:45 and 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is right in the middle of that macro. If you want to know more about macros and stuff, let me know. But in a nutshell, a macro is just 10 minutes before the hour, 10 minutes after the hour, and they happen just about every hour. There's some macros that have a little bit more sensitivity to price than others, and that just typically between 9 and 11 are some of your morning macros, right? Where price moves a little bit more in the morning, and then from 150 to 350 or 350, 410. Those are some macros that also move a little bit more typically. And this is just something I've seen, right? I don't claim to know it. I don't claim to like this is how it's gonna happen. Typically around this time, either we get a continuation of wherever trend we're going in, or we get a really slow reversal move right here. Okay. So, but anyways, that's that. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here and we'll go through and figure out what we might want to do today. Notice that I have May 22nd, new day opening gap. This is the opening price here for next day. This is the closing price. So May 22nd played a big role, right? If you don't mind, if you don't have this marked on your chart, please do so right now. If you don't have it marked, go ahead and mark it now. May 22nd. And you don't have to go back to May 22nd, but on MNQ, the price range of this, or for the opening for this, is 18,851.50, and the close for this 18,816.50. Okay, 18,816.50, and then this was what? Oh, I can just copy this here. 18,815.50. Okay, so boom. Those are the ranges. This is important. Look at how price just held above that, right? We're not only that, but we're also in a daily fair value gap. This right here is daily. Oh, where's my text? Oh, here it is. Daily fair value gap right there. Okay. Something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. We're gonna change this just a little bit, just so that I know that this is a daily. This is important here. What do we change this background to something that's like very noticeable, right? Okay. So now that's our daily. There. Okay. That's our daily. Guys, I feel terrible, man. Just totally missed the first 30 minutes of this live stream just talking to myself. And yeah, whatever. It is what it is. What do I want to see now? Okay, what do we want to see? Well, I would and again, I mentioned this earlier. I would like to see us take this point of liquidity here, right? That's what I want to see us take. Can I hide this just for a second? Yeah. How do I unhide it? Unhide. Okay. Okay. That doesn't. Oh, okay. Sick. So I'm just gonna hide this for a second. Hide. Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Cool. This will come up here. I'll put that there. This we can, yeah, we can hide this too. We can hide these. We can, yeah, let's do that. Oh, this is, all right, this is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, this is pretty cool. Let's put that in here. Boom. All right. So now, yeah, I like this a lot. Uh, cool. All right. So now we've got a sort of a um, cleaner price action here. I'm gonna hide this for a minute so we can see all of this. And this is nice and clean. Wow, this is cool. All right. The more I learn about TradingView, right? Okay, looks like we're just moving up. And I don't know, maybe we are respecting this model here, right? This here. Or maybe this is hard, right? Because I was looking at this, when was this? Yesterday, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I was looking at this here, and 1 second. 1 second. All right. So I was looking at this on Wednesday, this model, right? And it was sort of an early. I wasn't trying to catch this whole thing. I was like, man, this could be something just to play a quick pullback to the downside again. I don't know. So we were chopping around. We saw all of this, right? It was just like, and not a really clean, clear, like, yeah, I'm going up here for just for, you know, intraday. It was sort of like, maybe weak to the upside, came back down, and I was like, all right, I don't know how I feel about it. Then we had news in the morning, right? We had news that took us above with a nice break, right? Break of structure here. So I was like, okay, we haven't manipulated below. ES did manipulate here. So I was like, maybe is this our manipulation move here? Right? Where do we want to go? Do we want to take this? At this point, I was like, all right, cool. Maybe we want to take that. But this was way after. This was right here. And so I didn't feel good getting in here. Um, Even after seeing this, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what this thing wants to do. Then we saw this. I measured it. I was like, maybe there's an entry. We talked about this, right? On the live stream, I said, well, you could come in here, risk a tiny bit amount. I think it was like $70 that we looked at for a second to hopefully take you up here, right? And anyways, it did. Eventually, we didn't take this and played out. So now what? Now I was like, all right, well, let's look at the 15 for a second. And let's see, okay, what if this what if we want to play this model, right? What if this is something that we want to start creating? So now I'm looking at this right here as the model. I'm like, all right, well, let's see. Maybe we manipulate down here, right? Just literally a sort of in a higher time frame. This is what I'm kind of looking for. Okay. It's sort of a quicker model where we drop, right? We did the drop right here. We drop, right? Come up here, manipulate this, break above. So it's like sort of a quicker market maker model to the upside, right? And this right here, this manipulation move would take us above these relative equal highs, right? Because I still think, I know we're far from it. I know we're far away from it, but I think if we manipulate lower, and I think if we manipulate lower, right, let's just say 945, we manipulate lower. At 10, maybe we get that displacement to the upside above this, whatever structure we're building now. So if we have some structure here, right? If that's our next point of structure, meaning we do something like this, right? Then maybe okay. Get rid of that for a second. Yeah, if we do something like this, right? Maybe we displace above that, right? This is our sort of a smaller time frame model that we're playing, right? But as soon as we break above this, then this becomes our manipulation, right? On a higher time frame. So we break above, and then we do something like this, whatever, you know, you get the point. This to me is, this manipulation move takes us up here, right? Break of structure, right? This is on a higher time frame. This would be sort of your entry here to go higher, right? So that's what I want to see. I want to see if we can do this. That's what I'm saying. For 9:45, do we get 9:45 news that takes us down, and then 10 o'clock just rips to the upside, right? Taking out this point or this point, whatever structure we're making, right? Is that what we want to see? So I don't know. I think let's make that paper. Let's do it. Good morning to you. Good morning, good sir. So market maker model, and that's what I want to see, right? I want to we need to get more structure. So number one, personally, I do want to take this out. Let's take out this sell side external liquidity here. So once we take sell side, then this confirms a manipulation leg, right? This model here, if you play this model on the news, it's done, right? This right here, because we had a high, low, high, high, low, high. This becomes your sort of manipulation, right? Because we had on ES right here. This is your manipulation leg right here. That low. From this low to this high, right? Sorry, from this low to this high. This is a bullish SMT. So we measure that and it takes us right around this area, fair value gap. That's where we traded into before going lower. Eventually, now this is where we're at. Sorry, this area right here. So yeah, now we just wait to see price do whatever it wants to do. Again, our goal is observe, participate in the market, right? We're gonna risk, and we have to remember we're gonna lose money, right? So, and that's part of what we're playing, right? Part of what we're doing is we're gonna lose money, but as long as we take the right models, we're entering at least a 2.5 to 1, meaning, let's just put this here for a second. Let's just say we manipulate. Let's just say this is the move. This is our low, right? Target, depending on where we go, I'm gonna target this high or this high, and we can measure that. So our goal is, okay, is this a 3 to 1? Right there is around, right there is a 3 to 1. Meaning, if I risk $100, I'm willing to take profit at $300. And you can see how compounding this over multiple models will just add, right? So if you lose two of these trades and win one, like you're still at a game, right? You lost 200 bucks, right? You win one more, you made 100 bucks on that account. So if let's just say we take this trade, right? We'll risk $129 in order to hit 390. But we don't have the confirmation yet. We don't have anything. Nothing's been broken yet. We're waiting for either external to be taken out, or right now at this point, if we can break above this with good displacement, then this is, to me, this is a confirmation that, hey, we might want to go higher. Right? If we break above, come back into whatever fair value gap here, then this gives me a target. Then I know, okay, maybe this is my manipulation move from here to here. Where's my target? -1.5 standard deviations. It's clearly past this. So we could target this high, right? Using this. We could target this high. Um, this would be sort of honestly, a 4-to-1, right? If that is our manipulation, if we break above this with some displacement, that is our manipulation move. So we target that high. Then let's just say our entry is somewhere around here. Target this high. That's, yeah, it's still not working. That's 2.28. We need at least a 2.5-to-1, right? We send 2 point, at least right there. That has to be our entry if we do want to take that. But I would, let's see. So $163 in order to looking for a 410. And we would scale this out, by the way. Depending on how many contracts you're in, we would scale that out. Depending on how we see fit, All right. 9:21. 9 minutes till market open. And then shortly after that, we got some news. So now we wait. Do we have a small model forming right now? Oh, we do. Is this our manipulation move here? Is this it? Is this what we want to, is this sort of our manipulation to go lower? Let's look. Let's just keep watching for a second. I'm gonna, this would be a quicker. This takes us down here, that fair value gap. That's where I would take entry, right? I would take yeah. Let's see. Maybe this could be one that we could play, right? This is perfect. If we break this, I would be okay taking this 3-to-1. Right? If we break here with displacement and come back, I would take that for sure. Where are you guys going? But it's cloudy.
I know. It's just my house. I don't know if you know pool, but to go to the pool or to do something. So we're just gonna go there for
Who?
Maggie.
Who?
Maggie. That's what I'm saying. You know.
Oh, I don't know her. Well, have fun. Have a jolly, jolly good time.
Yep.
All right. Oh, maybe we're creating a little bit more structure here. Maybe this isn't our manipulation move, right? And this is a lower probability. Oh, sorry. This is a lower probability trade here that there's nothing. Let's see. Are we in any sort of fair value gap? No, not really. This is just a continuation to what we expect price to do, right? And right now, what I expect price to do is to take this external right here. This is external on this is external buy side. External buy side. I had a lot of I this was a difficult concept for me to understand buy side and sell side liquidity. Just the terms, right? It's literally just what's the external of that range and an external, low, external high. But buy side, right? Because if you sell here, you put a buy stop, so buy side. If you buy here, you put a sell stop, so sell side. That's how I remember it. Hopefully that helps you. But this is external, right? This is the range that we're in right now. We've got external sell side here, external buy side here. That's beautiful. Wow. Let me see. Let me see. Oh my. I love it. I love. You gonna go to the pool? All right. Have fun. Have a jolly good time. All right. So that's external, right? That's our external right now. Right now, we are trading below 50% of this range right now. I want to see us take that. I forgot to look at. Let's look at sessions for a moment. We took out Asia low right here this morning at 8 a.m. We took out Asia low. We haven't touched Asia high or London high. So again, we could see us take that. And honestly, 945 could be the push, right? We may not even get an entry for this if we get that 945 news to the upside. But opposite, we could see that 945 just take us lower for a manipulation lower on a higher time frame. So two things to keep in mind, right? Like figure out, okay, there's to me right now, there's no real structure that tells me, hey, this is where we're clearly trying to go. Okay, none of that's happening right now. We've got if we go to the 1 minute, we've got a model forming, and I think this is the one that I was talking about. So can we break this? If we break that, then I'm looking to play this model to the downside. Why would I play this model to the downside? Well, we've created multiple models here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the downside, creating structure to the downside for a larger market maker model to the upside, right? Is this, again, this is sort of more just confirming over time, like a little bit at a time, it is confirming a manipulation move to the downside. So if we get this, right, we don't have to necessarily take this low right now. But if I measure this as a manipulation move to the downside, this is telling me, hey, I do want to go lower, right? This if we measure it from that top to that bottom, if we break this, right, this is just we're anticipating the move, right? We're anticipating the move. So if we break this, then we could see this. We could probably play. I would feel a little bit more comfortable taking sort of something like that. All right, 2.5. And I think this is what I'm gonna do. So we've got our a week break, if I'm being honest, but still a week, still a break. And then we'll look for an entry So let's go to the 2 minute. Is there anything that we can enter on here? No, not really. What about the 3 minute? No, it's just been a run. 5 minute. Wow, there's a 5 minute fair value gap here. I'll mark this. This could be an entry. And then lastly, 15 minute, there's nothing. Entry could be right here. I will 100% take this. Right? This is a very high probable trade for me. It's almost a 4-to-1. And I am okay with taking this. I'm going to risk on this one. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with the risk, right? On these accounts. So we're going to go with 250. That means eight micros. And the way that I'm going to do this, I do like this trade, so I will take it. This is at 18,908.50. It's right around here. Or sorry, 18,902.50. We're gonna take eight of these. Okay. Shoot. So we're here. We're gonna take 8 of those. I think this is more than my anticipated risk, to be honest with you. Yeah, 316, that's fine. And we're gonna target, honestly, at this point, because I do expect us to take that, we're gonna target here. Man, this is a big candle to the upside. We'll target here. And this is going to be a 18 right there, 1828. 1828. Is that it? Yep. And that's going to be for today. Oh, well, yeah, I think honestly, I think, well, what a freaking move to the upside right now. Do we get stopped out here? This is like, I just have to remember to trust part of these models, right? Maybe we do get stopped out. But I have to remember that, you know what, there's a reason why we're entering these models. There's a reason why we've decided, you know what, this is going to be it. Invalidate. So right now for me, this would be invalidated if we break above, right? And that's why I put my stop there. I'm okay with taking this loss right now, right? I'm not expecting the market to really do everything that I want it to do, but I would take this loss. And this right now, like before this would be like super scary, right? Like, and I'm ready to be like, to get stopped out here because I know that I can hop on the next model, right? I can hop on the next model and take what I want to take from it. But right now, it's pre-decided. I've already calculated my risk. I know what to expect, right? I think this was 315, right? Yeah, 316, and I'm okay with that. 316, and what we're targeting is these lows here. So even if we do get stopped out, there, we got stopped out. That just tells me, hey, I'm not ready for this. Like, I'm not ready for, this isn't the model. Like, I'm not ready to go lower yet. Okay. So first trade, and I'm going to put it here. First trade equals 316 loss. So that's our loss for today. Boom. Now we just watch. Now we watch. So if this is a manipulation, right, then we break this. Uh, if we don't break that, then we're going lower. So just watch now at this point. Go back to the 5 minute. Boom. Broke that. Can we displace above it? This is a nice big move to that to that um to that structure, but can we displace above it? And honestly, I don't see a. I'm being honest. I'd rather see. I really do. I'd rather see us take this first, because this is not. There's no manipulation, right? We created. We put this low or this high. There's no manipulation like afterwards, right? That breaks structure. So if this was to break structure right now, I would say that I wouldn't count this as structure, right? I'd count this as structure on a higher time frame. This becomes our manipulation to the upside, right? If that's the case, now let's figure this out. If that's the case, where do we want to go? I think this is a 4 hour fair value gap with a breaker. All right, 1.5. Yep, here it is. This is where we might want to go. This is a possibility, right? 1.5, and I would target 1.5. I think 1.5 actually lands right there, right, with the bodies of these. So that's 1.5 targets there. Is that where we want to go? We know we have a unicorn model, right? Fair value gap, breaker block, and our target is taking us there. If that is the manipulation move, I'm not gonna get in, right, until we confirm. Here we go. Can we confirm this move, right? If we do, then I'm gonna start looking for an entry here. Like, I'm just gonna start calculating what my entry, where it could be, and what my risk is gonna be, right? I will target right around here. That's a 3.5, 3.29 to 1. But I'm only gonna target this if we break above, right? I'm not gonna try to anticipate this move as a break, which honestly, this could very much right now be a break. But there's nothing for me to catch here, right? I wouldn't want to catch this right here. I'd want to see it come back and then take off again. So can we displace to the upside here? If we displace to the upside, then I'll be looking for an entry to go higher. Because remember, we were just trying to play this small 1 minute model to the downside to take out external, right? To hopefully give us that manipulation move. But right now, price is just telling us, hey, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to manipulate yet. I actually want to go 50% of this move, right? Which would be right up here into that unicorn model on a higher time frame, which is also 50% of that whole leg that we had to the downside, which means price is wanting to rebalance. Okay, and that's what this is going to tell us. Can we break above? If we get that break above, I'm actually going to do two things. I'm going to scale into this trade. Okay. If my risk is let's see, let's do 350. If my risk is 350, then I have two micros that I can enter in. Right? I can take, if this is where I want to be, then I can take my first micro right up here. Let's see, where would I take this? If that's my entry, I can take my first micro here and take second micro down here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. First micro up here, second micro right down there. So this is, now we've got a break above. This is valid. Now I'm looking to enter at this point. Okay. 18,944. 18,944. 18,944. Oh, I'm going with 1. and then 18,870. Okay, that'll give me if I get filled, that'll give me an average right in the middle, right? Which is what I want to see. If I don't get filled, let's just say I don't get filled, right? Hold on, let me put my stop for a second. This will be a stop off right here. My stop is gonna be right there. Okay. 18. We gotta go a little higher. 18,280. Yeah, that's fine. There's my stop. Wow, we are, and this is what I'm talking about. We are ripping to the upside. We're coming into that macro. We're coming into that macro. That macro, I mean, that thing can do a lot of different things, right? So let's go to the 15-minute. This is that 15-minute. What's external look like? 2 to 6. Can we get this here? Yeah, I'll probably. Now we just watch. We just sit here and watch. That's all we'll do. And I'm gonna move this down because I don't we've got these 9:45 coming up, right? 9:45 is coming up. Yeah, I would feel a lot better getting in right down this area, and then my second contract right around here. So if we get this fill here, let's say we get 220. This is what I would want to take here. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what I would take. So, and if we get filled with just a single contract, right? Then this is our trade. Right? If we don't get that second fill, but I'm okay with taking this. Right? If I do take this, then instead of I would just take it all the way up here. Not to this, right? Once we get to 2 to 1, I'll move my stop to break even and I'll let that do its thing. So that's where we're at. I mean, we just took out all of this structure here. So I would expect us to come back pretty good. These are the ones that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get in here yet. There's no reason for price to come back down here. There's an order block here. Right? So there's really no reason for price to go lower here. If we get in with one contract, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, there's really not much. I wouldn't want to get up here, get in up here. Unless we have. Yeah, this is no. I feel more comfortable with this. Playing this to the upside here. Unless it just rips and takes this, then I'm done. I'm not waiting. I'll just get out. Cool. Do we have anything? All right. This level was pretty important too. This opening gap here. We've got these two levels that we've this one had a bunch of reaction, right? Because we saw that we broke above, held above, traded here, broke below, held below for a second, held below, and now we're still holding below that. So I don't know. Honestly, okay. I made actually get out of this position here. Like I'm not gonna enter this. I do think, I do think we'd probably come down lower. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off. I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, and I'm taking this off. Right? There's just two different. There's two different things that could happen. There's two different things that can happen. We go here, or we go here. We're in the middle of that. We haven't confirmed this or that. Like none of this. All right. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna leave this. This is a 2-hour unicorn model here. 2-hour unicorn model. What do I expect from this unicorn model? I expect us to come up here, trade here, and if this is a good unicorn model, I do expect us to get some sort of reaction to the downside. Okay, I'm not trying to be negative Nancy. I'm just trying to. I'm just telling you what I see and what I think. I think we go up high, right? We take this, right? If this is our manipulation move, it takes us here. This takes us lower. So, I yeah, we'll just watch price at this point. If you took a trade, let me know. If you took if you were able to catch this, I don't know how, but if you were able to catch this. See, there's no 940. Yeah, this was our 945 there. Let's see. Then 10 o'clock, guys. 10 o'clock is I think 10 o'clock takes us here. And then from here we just drop lower. And this might be one of those like just move, and back to the downside. Right? Something like this where there's no real entry. It's just like a quick move. All right. All right. We're back. Nice screen. Guys, let's do this. Damn. All right. There we are. Just waiting, guys. Like um here we have this. I mean, yeah. We just watch, guys. At this point, there's nothing here yet. This was this was like I was looking to break this. We didn't break it. So we come up here, boom. Now we just wait. Let's get rid of these real quick. So again, we have a 4-hour fair value gap here. We have a 1-hour order block, breaker block, sorry. So this to me is a great place for us to just come lower, right? We might wick above this and come lower, but we'll see. Are we gonna go up here? Probably, most likely. We'll take this out, right? There's still no, I don't see any manipulation yet. Like even with this, even if there's a high time frame move here, right? Boom. This is just liquidity. These 2 points of liquidity here. This is liquidity. Then we just boom, and then I don't know. Ooh, guys, should I take my background off? My background? Oh, that's nasty. What is this crap? Look, it takes me. It like goes through my chest and stuff. Let's get rid of like. I need a. Yeah, I'm gonna get. Don't hide background. Boom. All right, so we took one trade so far. One trade, and it was a loss. So we just sit back, just wait, and wait and wait and wait. Also, I am the what I'm trading right now is just a challenge. I'm trading a challenge account, but we have we have I already trade the funded accounts, and I think I'm like in order to like hit that consistency level, I have to just meet a certain amount per day and can't go really over it. I did go over it, which I'm okay with, right? Because it just means I need to trade a little bit more in order to get that payout. But anyways, those funded accounts, they're traded, they're done for today. So I don't need to trade that. I'm just trading the challenges for now. And I'm actually going to be a little bit more aggressive with these trades, right? Yeah. One of the reasons why I would be okay with taking 1 or 2 trades with a challenge account on higher risk is it's just a challenge account. I'm not worried about like losing that account per se. Like even if it does happen, right? Like it's okay. But a real account, then at that point, like I need to stay disciplined to meeting my profit level, uh, staying within my risk, right? My determined risk according to my capital inside of that. So that's what I'm and knowing when to not trade that. So like today I'm probably not trading those, right? because it is a lot. There's a lot of news happening. We've got news at 10 o'clock, so in about 4 minutes we've got more news. Keep an eye on price in the next 4 minutes. Now, 4 minutes, what could we do? 4 minutes could do two things. In the next 4 minutes, and at 10, we can come up here, right, and take that, or we can just manipulate to the downside here. This is a straight line. There we go. Straight line. Or we come down here, manipulate, and then go back up, right? Wow, what a weird candle. Like right now, I don't know, no real direction really on a high time frame, right? There's no true like I could say, yeah. This was a model, right? We gave it a shot to go to the downside. We gave it a shot with the model. Where was it? Right here. Right? It was a model forming to the downside here to take this out, but went the other way, and that's fine. We got stopped out. But at least we took that model, right? We had a destination, we had a goal, we measured it, and but it just didn't play out. All right. AVGO. Oh, AVGO has earnings today. I'm just this is this I'm just looking at some of this stuff. Ooh, GameStop earnings on Tuesday after close. That'll be interesting for people that are playing GameStop, but we ain't. 10 o'clock, 2 minutes. Let's see. What do you think? What do you think? Are we going higher? Are we taking it up here? Or are we gonna drop it? Just this thing's about to just dip. I'm just waiting. One more minute. 51.5 over 51.3. 51.5 over 51.3. 51.5 expected. 51. Let's see. ISM Service PMI is an index that provides a detailed view of U.S. economy from non-manufacturing standpoints. It shows business conditions in the U.S. non-manufacturing sector, which is the largest sector of the U.S. economy. A result above 50 indicates expansion in the non-manufacturing sector, and is supportive for the USD. The index is released in the first week of each month. All right, so according to this, right, we said what 50 um all right, so we could have, this is what I'm talking about. See, maybe we get this SMT here, right? So we take that, don't take it here. I don't know, but we've got, so 50 and a half, 50 and a half over 50 what? No, wait, we don't want to go here. We want to go to here. 50 and a half prior. Okay, it's less than than expected. So technically, this is not like the best news here. Do we want to trade news? Probably not. But this thing could just like rip to the bottom, right? Without taking this high. This is getting pretty weak, y'all. I think I will go for like a single contract because I do think we could see us go lower. I don't think we're gonna see us go any higher here. I don't think we're gonna break that. I think this is an SMT here. And if we break above, then I'll get stopped out. I'm okay with that. If we take it, we take it. If not, we don't. I don't. Look at what we did here, right? Like WTF. I was like, bro, we like, come on, like just take it. Right? This is a small, I think like 30-40 buck sort of entry that we don't have to take, but so 10 o'clock news. Not not good, not bad. Hmm. Let's see. We ask Chat GPT. Just wait at this point. Okay, okay. So I put this on GPT for a second. Yeah, again, nothing's like, there's nothing good or bad about this. So an ISM, non-manufacturer price index, measures. All right, there we got stop that, whatever. So we took out, now do we have, yeah, do we have an SMT now? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, SMT, and I do think so. Right now we have an SMT, big SMT, bearish SMT. Y'all, this is like, hmm, if we come back up, I'll take, yeah, this is a big SMT. Watch, this is just gonna rip to the downside in a second. It's like fudge, whatever. Things happen, you know? Things happen, whatever. So, okay. ISM non-manufacturing price index. And this is what it says. The index came in slightly higher than estimated. The estimate 51.5 versus 51.3, and also slightly above previous month's figure 51.4. This indicates a slight increase in prices paid by service sector businesses compared to expectations in the prior month. So not great, but also not so far away, right? We've actual is 51.5. There was an estimate of 51.3, previous 51.4, so it's within that. Nothing crazy, right? We'll see. uh
$69.
That's where we're at right now.
Google's up 1.1 and Amazon is up 3%.
So we'll just again, so let's just go over
This
this
is
for
what
just
I'm
a
kind of
second,
looking
okay?
at on Nvidia. Do you think that we have more
Why
buy
would we
side
want to go
here?
down lower?
I mean, we have this inversion we created. We can come back up in here, and we have
we want to take all of this
buy side,
sell side here.
And yeah, I do have some indicators on stocks,
Right,
just
so
because
we want to take sell side here. We want to see a manipulation move, right, to the downside. Why do we want to see a manipulation move, right, to get us higher? Right, if that's what we want, if that's where we want to go,
these
right,
highs.
if this is sort of
So I do think there's
where
more
we want to hang before we go
that,
higher,
and
then we
here
want to
there's
see
more
a nice
gas
manipulation
in the
move to the
tank,
upside, right?
right?
If we want to go lower, then there's no reason for us to go higher, right?
We're gonna hold this
if we
1 minute
want to
fair
go
value
lower,
gap.
think about this for a second. If we want to go
And
lower,
a premium.
we come
We
in here,
wonder, people
right?
going to,
Pull
we
back,
took some buy side. Like,
pull back
it's not,
into.
that's not
I believe
a,
this was a. This
not
is
a bad idea.
no.
ES has catch up to do here.
This was,
Didn't take that buy side. Yesterday's high yet. Like we looked at just now. NASDAQ is the
leader to pull back.
Leader.
This could be sort of an inducement.
So you'd rather, if you're buying, it's better to buy
SMT,
NASDAQ, right?
Right. Bearish SMT.
Let's see here.
Oh, you can hear this?
Let's see here.
Nice. I know there. That should be done. But yeah, I typically listen to other traders while I'm doing this so I can kind of see what they're doing, but also get my own ideas, right? So I'm typically I'm still looking for downside. Some people are looking for some upside right now, and I'm trying to think, okay, why would we go higher and how do we go higher, right? That's my process. So when I'm listening to other people, I'm like, all right, what maybe there's something that I'm not seeing and I'm just trying to figure out what that is. But I have my bias, and right now my bias is we want to go lower, take this out, create manipulation to go higher, right? SMT. So we took this out, right? And what do we say about what are we looking for on these moves? High time frame sweep, right? This is a 1 hour. Boom, boom, boom. So we took out the 1 hour. We didn't take it out here, which means on ES and NQ, there is now an SMT, smart money trap, right? Which means one of these assets broke a high, the other one did not. So this is an SMT to go lower on the 1 hour. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So now we've got an SMT. We swept, right? This to me is a bit more confirmation to go lower. This SMT is a manipulation move. Okay. There, putting that there. Look at so like this is what I'm okay with playing some of this stuff, right? Because I when something like when I see this just all the way down here, right? This is ES. If I see ES not even close to breaking this, all the way down here, and NQ is right there, like at the edge, about to break it, I'm okay with coming in with small risk, like just a small quick entry, right? Because I know that if this happens, we create an SMT, we go low quick. And this is what I saw. This is again what I was talking about, where it's like, okay, I uh, sort of a chart intuition on. I've seen this before, right? Like you get to see things repeating over and over. Now this could just take a breather and then run up here, right? It could. And actually at this point, I would take a stop there because I don't need to risk anything above this. Makes sense? I don't need to. If this goes against me, then that's fine. It goes against me. But right now, this is just sort of a floating entry that I'm just gonna forget about. And then I can start looking for models that get me to where I want to go. Models want to get us. I think we can go here. Okay. Sick. So let's see if we can find a model to the downside. Okay. We've swept. Technically, okay, so technically, if we look at the 15-second, this is a model, right? Again, I don't know. I don't know if we I'm gonna move this to a literally just a break even because I don't really care to. If we go higher, I don't want to be a part of that. Okay, so we have no, we don't have a sweep. This is because okay, now this is interesting, right? Because we had the sweep and we have an SMT, right? A smart money trap. Where's our manipulation? Our manipulation is the smart money trap. Okay, so even if it is the sweep and this, like, this is our manipulation here. From here to here. Where do we want to go? 1.5 down here. So let's look at price. Let's look at price to go down here, right? Because what happens here? If we break this, if we break below this, then this is a structure shift to the downside, right? If we come up here, boom, right? We create structure here. We break this, then there's a little bit more confirmation to the downside on this, right? And what I said we want to see is maybe we take this external sell side, right? So this small 15-second model, this 15-second model takes us here, right? This 15-second model. So we go boom, right? Even though we don't sweep here, right? We manipulate, right? So there's no sweep, but we manipulate above to sweep this high. We create an SMT, right? And come back lower. Now, this isn't a model that this isn't a clear model that I would be like, yeah, this is it. This is a risky model. Let's just be honest. Any model is risky, right? Let's just throw that out there. There's no model that's going to be risk free, if you will. But this, right? Where does it get invalidated if we go above these highs? But this is a 4-hour SMT. SMT. Do you see that from here? This high, right? And this high, it's lower, and it didn't take out this high on ES. On NQ, we already took that high. Makes sense. And let me know if you see something different, or if you still have, like, if not understanding, or why I'm playing it to the short. Ultimately, I have to be careful because remember, this is where we might want to get, right? This is what we said. We're like, oh well, maybe we get there. Maybe that's where we want to go, right? Where's this manipulation here, right? Look at that, takes us up here. So do we come back in here and break this? Probably not. Maybe we come back for a nice pullback, right? Got this for value gap here. We invert that. So respect, right? Break below, right? We're breaking above. If we break above, we can hold that to go higher. All right, so I'm just looking at possibilities of how this could go against this short here. All right, and this short, look, if we can take this short here, so we didn't get into this short here. I mean, we didn't get into this FVG. We got in. Do we have anything here? No. We're disrespecting this. This is fair value gap here, right? Disrespecting this 5 minute. And then this is, which right currently, if we break above consequent encroachment of this, like we can easily just come right up here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, we're coming up here. 1.5. But I want to see ES. What's ES doing? We still have remember, we still have this SMT, right? If NQ comes up here, if NQ comes up here into this unicorn model, and we still have an SMT, let's just say we have an SMT here, right? NQ comes up here, ES is up here, right? We have an SMT. I think this is going to be a reaction to the downside, right? So let's go to the 1 minute. Is if this becomes our manipulation move to the downside, right? Sweep, manipulate. Remember, this is a better model to the downside, right? We reached our target, right? If we reach our target, look at this 1.5. Like honestly, we don't need much. We don't need much of manipulation to get us down here at this point, right? We really don't. So I would honestly start sort of preparing for that. This manipulation move here, if this happens, I'm taking us all the way down to right here, right into the, like from this model. This is, look, we're about, like, this is it. Okay. What do we have here? 1. One and a half here. This, yeah. There's no, I really don't think that we're gonna have, I don't think we're gonna have this. This is not, I don't think we're gonna take this. This is a manipulation that I would like to see here. Look, 1.5. This takes us, this is one. Okay, so how crazy is this, right? Our target for this big move, right? For this move, our target is up here 1.5, right? Once we reach our target, if we measure this manipulation from our target, our previous target to now, 1.5 down here, right? This is like, we have liquidity built, like this is points of liquidity that we could take. So we took external, right? External, we already took external. Do we take internal at this point? Or sorry, and if we don't, like, this might be the last trade that I take for today, and then I'll be done. And I'll probably, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 8 contracts here. Let's just say we take 8 here. Oh no, I'm not taking 8 there. I would take 4. So I'm actually gonna add into this position into 4. So I'll probably just go with 1 at a time right now. I'm gonna go 1. I already and I'm the reason I'm doing 1 is because I know that I can take this risk up here, right? Do its thing with 1 contract, right? Then I'll take a second one if I start to see, if we see a big down candle, right? Let's just say we see a candle that looks like, where is my, we got a candle like that to the downside, then that to me is a change of state of delivery, right? We are up here. So now this change of state of delivery, change in state of delivery is valid for me, right? We're right here. We're so close to our destination, right? To our 1.5. But here's, where is 1.5? What is here? What were we targeting? Well, if we look at let's look at the 15-minute, because I want to know what we were targeting, because our initial target was external. Our initial target would have been external right here, right? This next target, if we go up here, the next thing is right up here. These highs. These highs right here. Okay, then we have all of this, but then all of this is inside of a breaker, inside of a 4-hour fair value gap. Makes sense? There's our change in state of delivery. Okay. So now what? I'm gonna go in here with another contract. And this, I can start to see, okay. So I'll leave it at 2 for now. Once we confirm, I'll add to this position. Okay, because I'm not trying to just add my full position without confirmation. This to me was a form of confirmation that we want to go a lower, right? Because it happened inside of a unicorn model. A unicorn model is a fair value gap with a breaker block. My stop is going to be above this for now on 2 contracts. Because remember, we could keep coming up higher. I'm actually going to, so now what? If we continue to go higher, then this becomes our point, our trigger point here, right? That's our trigger point at that. Okay. So now we've got a new trigger point. If this goes higher, right? So let's just make that clear. If this manages to break above that, I get stopped out. This goes higher. This becomes our new point of interest, right? Not this. Right now, this is our point of interest down here. This is our, sorry, not point of interest, our trigger, basically our confirmation that, hey, if we break structure below here, right? This, then we know this is a manipulation move to confirmation. Makes sense? So right now we've swept the high, right? Put another confirmation point / trigger. Now, do we want to see this become a manipulation? We don't know if that's the case, right? This is why I didn't go in with a high, like my position. This is why I went in with a single contract. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out with a single contract, and I'm okay with that. Why did I go in here? We've reached our destination. There's really nothing on this left side that tells me, hey, this is clear, a clear target. So half of this is I am risking the assumption that we are reversing to confirm this, because this unicorn model on a high time frame is sort of a high reactive location for me. Okay, we've reached our target technically, right? Our target was really here. This was our like obvious target. We have a bearish SMT, right? We still have a bearish SMT from here to here. Oh, let's see. Bearish SMT, right? Meaning ES has not been able to take the highs that NQ has already taken. Okay. This bearish SMT is taking place really, really close to this unicorn. So fair value gap and a breaker block, right? This is adding confirmation to me that we could go lower. What else did we see? Big displacement to the downside, right? We try to recover that. But look, there's more displacement lower right now. I want to see it. I want to see if we just break below, right? If we don't, that's fine. We're not ready yet. If we don't, maybe we're creating a point of confirmation right now. Maybe our point of confirmation happens right here. Okay. Meaning we come down to this fair value gap, bounce back up, come in here, and then confirm this move here. Make sense? We have another fair value gap here, but let's look at the 5-minute. All right, we got a 5-minute fair value gap. This whole thing is a 5-minute fair value gap. If we break below this, right, most likely we're going down here. If we break below this. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Give me some Hamza. Hamza. Give me some Hamza on the chat. All right. Undecided candle. This is an undecided candle. Let's go, bro. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. We're here. This is 15 minutes. All right, let's look at this 15-minute for a second. Just go from this low to this high. This is a rebalance of this full move here. So even if we don't go all the way, right? Like, let's just see, can we rebalance this, right? Or what do we do? What's going on? Or is this 5 minute just taking us high, just like what do we do? I'm about to, yeah, but I'm gonna take 4. I'm gonna put my stop here. So I just had 1. So now we're good. Now I'm okay with this risk. I think this was $100 of risk. All right. Let's just say, even if we take it to this confirmation, which I will probably take 1 off. 90 bucks. Yeah, 90 bucks of risk. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I might take, if we, no, here's what would happen, right? We'll get close. I'll monitor what's going on, right? If we get a break below this, then I'm keeping my positions, right? And I'm actually gonna be, holding. I'm gonna be holding this average into a 4, a full position here, stop loss here, and then we'll target. What if we break below here? We'll target whatever this manipulation move tells us. Okay, we'll target. We could target here, or to take our first, right? And then we target down here. Honestly, if we take half of our position here at 1, at this fair value gap, if we take half of our position, I would be okay letting this thing rip down to the bottom, to 2.5. Take 1 here and let the other one just run if that's the case. Okay, well, but if we only have 2 positions, all right, or even if you have 1, like take 1 here at watch how it reacts here. Maybe you take it at this swing low here, right? Or you take it here. Make sense? I want to see it break below. This fair value gap is still holding. It is still holding. Can we get this break? Can we get this break here? Do something like that. This, I swear, this thing is so squiggly. Ugh. Boom, that's a better line. That's what I want to see. What? Boom, gets close, takes us down. If we get close and break above, we might do something like, right, get close, break above, boom, boom. Then this is not confirmed. Makes sense? This is not confirmed anymore. And this could this could just rip to the upside, right? And I have to be ready for that. I have to be prepared, but we're just adding things into yeah, I want to see us, we're stacking things in our favor. Big SMT, this is on the 4-hour. So big time frame SMT, meaning we haven't taken, right? This is a bearish SMT, right? This is a trap to the upside to go lower. Bearish SMT. We swept liquidity on the highs on NQ, right? And this SMT is our manipulation move. And this could be it. Like, let's look at it in a higher time frame. Tell me, we know that market moves like this, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Tell me this is not, this big move, tell me that is not a manipulation. right? What is a manipulation? Something that's like not, it shouldn't be there, right? We're trapping traders into going long. Boom, manipulate and go lower. That's what I'm looking at, right? And that's what I want to see. But but we could still come up higher into this. This fair value gap is still holding, still holding. If we get a break below that, then we come back up, and then hopefully we take this, right? Don't have to, but if we break this, that's just a little bit more confirmation that, hey, you know what, we are going after this. That's just a little bit more confirmation. Do I want to see it just fully come down and take this out? No. I mean, it could, right? But I want to see something like this break, come back up, you know, trade in here a little bit, and then break. What I don't want to see is break below, right? Boom, break above that. So now we just keep watching. We just keep watching. Is this going to be our new confirmation low? Let's see, at what point, where do we have to go in order for that to be a confirmation low, right? Let's just say this is a confirmation low. This has to be the next move. If we really want to take these right here, let's just say we go realistically, let's just say right here. Realistically, we would have to come up here. Boom. Okay. Broke below that fair value gap. That's what we want to see. Let's close below it. We could just wick. There we go. Come on. Can we close this one below? Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Look, what did I say? We don't have to take this right away. Right away, we don't have to take this. I would be okay seeing this to take. Then what happens, right? We see this, then we get this break, right? We don't get in, trades up here, right? Then comes back up, creates a small time frame model, induces this, right? Meaning we just take that and then we rip. This is what I would like to see. Make sense? So I'm not expecting this to be taken right now. So does this make sense, Chris? Like, do you understand why I got in? Do you understand why, like, what I was looking at? And if you saw, or is there something that you're like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you got in. This was risky up here. Like, this was a risky entry. 100% was a risky entry, right? I wouldn't tell people, hey, get in here. Like, I was ready and I'm okay with risking. My risk tolerance is a little bit higher, right? And I'm able to take that risk, right? Up here, anticipating this move because we had a huge SMT, right? Even if that SMT wasn't fully created yet, I knew there was a high probability, a very, very, very high probability this SMT was going to be validated, even if this moved into that fair value gap, into that order block, right? Let's look at the 4 hour. We are, we took this for 4 hour fair value gap. We traded into it. See that? There was an SMT. So we have a model to the downside. And look at this. We're up. Like, this is what we want to see. Now, where is your entry here? Your entry is right here. This is your entry. You can go enter at the top of this, right? To the bottom of that. Now we know, we measured this earlier. We know this from here to here takes us down here. Put your stop right here, or your take profit to that swing point. This is a 2.64 to 1. This is a valid trade. Now, I would take this trade 100%. Okay? I would take this 100%. Even if this is higher than your risk, take it with one contract. One micro, $148. Okay? I would take this. Because this is a model right now. We finished this model here. This is a model, and with a high probability with all of the things that we've seen, right? And here's the thing, once you get here, you can look, let's just say we break underneath this fair value gap, right? Once we get in there, you can look to see, do we come back up? If we break below, then you take your profit. Yes, it'll be at a maybe 1-to-1, or just take your profit there and that's it, and call it a day. Okay. So I am gonna take or do we just rip? Do we just rip? Wow, okay. We're just going. At this point, maybe there's no entry. And this is like, it happens, right? There's no real entry. And what we could do is basically just start to play, okay, if price is really in a rush to get lower, then we just follow that. Right? So what does that mean? Okay, 50% of that move is right in here. Yeah, this is still something that I could see us come back into this fair value gap before going lower. If this just rips, then, and there's no stopping it, then there was no entry. No real entry, if that makes sense, right? Because we confirmed, we want to see a real entry. A real entry happens anywhere from here to here. This is an entry. Right? This is a real valid entry here. Let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, I mean, look, ES is just breaking through all of that. There may not be a real entry here. We might come down here, tap this before going up higher. This is still valid, right? Just like we saw this is valid, right? We saw this. This was still valid. Let's pop into this small time frame for a second. 1 minute. So we've confirmed, right? This is a confirmation. That means that we do have. This is called turtle soup, by the way. Just a fun name. Turtle soup. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take. I'll probably. Yeah. I don't see anything right now. No. Yeah, nothing. This goes back here. I'll take a. I'll take. I'll take half of this position off here. But honestly, no, I don't. Even if it goes like back here, I think. Again, just watching to see, like, do we? Yeah, so I would like us to come back, right? So I'm actually gonna put my stop here. If we do decide to come back, then I'll take one position off. Right here will be where I take off a position, right? Unless we want to go lower at this point, right? I think we could go, just pull back here. We'll pull back into this 15-minute. Well, not even a 15-minute. I think we could definitely just dump. Yep. Dump into this 15-minute fair value gap here, right? If we dump there, or midpoint of that, which is right here, before going higher, then, I mean, I don't know. This thing could just dump at this point. If it really wants to, if that's what it wants to do, it will take us. Ah, man, this is. And sometimes I do wish there was more structure to this stuff, right? Like, I'm like, oh man, yeah, this is good, boom. Okay, no structure. Now what? Now we're waiting to see if we get some sort of structure to the upside, okay? Meaning we're probably going to create some more lows, trade inside of this fair value gap, right? Create more lows. Then we come up here. Then we take this to go lower, right? So because we've confirmed the 5-minute model, right? We've confirmed this model, right? Higher time frame. We can now play small models, 1-minute models to the upside into specific areas. So we know, let's just say this, we know this is a 15-minute fair value gap. We know inside of here, there is a 5-minute fair value gap. So this is 2 fair value gaps that we could play into, right? We're here. Boom. We just tapped into that 5-minute. We could see a reaction here. All right, let's see. Do we have a reaction? Do we have a reaction? We're just breaking right through. What are we doing? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Just trying to measure. Okay, so manipulation move has to be, wow, okay. Depending on where we want to go. This doesn't work for me because this will take us back up here. All right, so maybe we create more structure. Maybe this one here, right? This looks a little like this could be valid if we break above this, right? It's a tiny little low high 15 second. I don't like it. Are we just gonna literally, we're about to just break below? What are we doing here? Wow. This is wild. This is wild to me. This was a run, like full run to the downside. Honestly, and this doesn't happen often. I'll say that much, right? This is an 800 tick. Wow, this is an 800 tick trade. Honestly, at this point, there's no reason for me to hold on to. I'm gonna put a stop there because I'll take half of that any day. Yeah, there it is. There's half of mine. Like, there's no reason for me to lose out on this anymore, right? I'll put a stop there. We could, you know what? I'm taking it. There's no reason for me. I don't need to, unless we go, yeah, unless we keep going lower, I'll just put my stop here. So we're traded into this fair value gap, 30-minute, or did we say 15? 15-minute fair value gap, right? Boom, we're wicking. I'm gonna put it right about here. Right, so if we come back out of this fair value gap, then I'll get stopped, and that's not a problem. That, honestly, that was a great trade. There was no entry as of right now. This could just dump all the way to the bottom. If that's what it wants to do, we're gonna take out all of this, right? We're gonna take out all of that. And at this point, this model is complete. Right? This was a sort of a quick, what we saw here, right? We saw this model break above and just quickly complete it. Boom, one shot. There was no entry, right? This could have been our entry, but this was a news entry. I wasn't gonna trust this news entry to go higher, because we know news can go and do whatever it wants. So let's look for a small model here. Okay, we've got a structural point here, right? What do we want to do? Let's just start measuring, right? And this is just, we're anticipating what we're not getting ahead of ourselves. Maybe a manipulation move comes down to here, sweeping this low. That's a great manipulation move to take us higher, right? What do we say that this manipulation wanted to take us right here? This is a point of, this could complete our manipulation. This could complete this whole market maker model. So I am going to take that as a completion. I'm going to take this as a completed model right in here. Or I get stopped out. Either one. I'm okay with both. And that was the trade for right now. Do you have does this make sense to you? Like, even though we had no entry here, right? We didn't have an entry here, right? No clear or clean entry. I'll say that much. No clean entry. I still think, look, this was just a quick little pullback to go lower. So price is in a hurry right now to get lower. That's what we're seeing, right? Price is just telling us, hey, I'm in a hurry. I need to go lower. I don't need to go any higher. What are we doing here too? We're creating points of liquidity, right? For a later time. So this is liquidity. All up here is liquidity. Let me change this. This right here is, oh my gosh. This right here is liquidity. Okay. We got stopped out. Great. That was a trade. Then I'm done. I'm done. There's no reason for me to do anything else. So now we have this point of liquidity. We've reached that target there. Right, we've got some liquidity above, but that's not really what we're looking for. Let's clean up some of these charts. We know we have the see, this could be, what are we doing here? Maybe we're creating another point of structural point here, right? Structural points, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We haven't quite reached our target, but think about it this way, right? We didn't reach our target up here. Our target was here. We didn't quite reach all the way into it. I still think we could take this out. So can we play a continuation? You know what? For the sake of this, let's give it a try. Can we play a continuation? So let's just say we go in with a single contract again. Okay. Oh, well, we kind of missed that one. Because this could just drop again, right? Did this. Let's see. Here, no, nothing. Let's play this for a second. Ready? Let's because we know that if we go above this, let's think about this. Let's think about this. Our model is going down, right? We didn't get our first entry here. We missed this. We missed this, right? This really here, there's no real entry. We missed this because we're so far down right now, right? If we break above this, that's another model that would take us higher. It would invalidate this model, or if this is complete, then it would validate this model to go higher. We know our draw right now is right here and possibly all of this. So I am okay with taking, let's just say we take this here, right? Let's just say we take this here and we want to take it down to right here. 3.5 to 1. Okay. Let's just say we go in with a single contract, right? Sell. So say we go in with a single contract here. One contract at $62 of risk. Stop is going to be right here, right up here, and take profit is going to be down to these lows here, right? There. This is my trade now. This is a continuation trade, right? Where could we go back up here? Could we go back up here? Yeah. On the 15-minute, right? On the 15-minute, we could go back up here. We have this fair value gap on the 15 it looks like it's starting to get created. We're respecting this fair value gap here, right? So we're pulling above, we're right in here. If we get a fill, or we could trade back into here, continue lower, take this out, right? So maybe we continue lower, we take this out, and then this comes back into this fair value gap to complete all of this liquidity run here. If that's where it wants to go. If this is finished around this area, then we'll just create, this will be sort of the manipulation that takes out this point right to the next model. Okay. Now we just watch. And this is like, so, I got in here, right? I think twice. And I think that was like $80 of risk here that I lost. Got in here, that was another, I think 90. And then finally we got it. So that was still within my single trade. My cost of doing business for a single trade. Okay, we mentioned that right here. Anticipated cost of doing business per trade is $80. Sorry, I guess it was more. This is for you. This minus 200. 200, right? 200. Anticipated loss is 800 a day. 800 total. There. So I knew that this was a sort of a single trade, right? We took one earlier. It was a loss. So I was already halfway below what my my loss for the day. We caught this beautiful. I think that was a crazy trade. It was at least 680 points. At least. I don't remember the exact points, but it was at least 600 and 680. something like that, right? 690. That was wild. That was a wild trade. Um, this one we didn't get filled yet. Now we could see. I don't. This is where you're like, all right, am I willing to risk this? Because if we move this stop to the bottom, if we move this stop lower, right, to try to get in, if we do this and then move this sort of lower, then this is open risk, right? Not price could come back up here, trade in here, come back down to stop us out with without invalidating the move, right? So this is a sort of a riskier reason why you wouldn't put it right somewhere like this or right above these highs, right? Because this is still free trading opportunity for price. Above this, we know it's invalidated, right? Above this, if we trade above this, that means we could go anywhere from here to here in price. So this is an invalid trade, right? An invalid, this invalidates our current continuation move. We haven't gotten in, so we're just gonna, price could come back up, right? And we could see, so look right here. Let's take a look at this model for a second. Right, this is a small market maker model. Let's see, this is a boom. This is, let's see, this is a structure, right? Manipulation. Where does manipulation take us here? Manipulation takes us right to this area here, right? So, okay, there's that. Where could we trade here? Right, we could trade inside this fair value gap on the 15-second, and this is just like, this is the, because it is a 15-second, it's going to be really, really sloppy. So what we could do is now we can move this into that fair value gap on the 15-second, right? Move our stop up here because now we know we could invalidate this. But remember, we have a fair value gap here. We could always trade back into this. So invalidate, inducement of this down to the downside. It is risky. It is really, really risky, right? You could get in here too. You could get in here and put your stop loss even closer to get in, to target lower. I would target these lows, but it is a risky move. And I know this is a lot. Like, trust me, it is a lot. It's a lot to process quickly. Like, I think that's what I'm trying to say. And if you can't see them quickly, you'll miss them, and you won't understand where you're going and why you're going to that location, you know? So let's see. We haven't finished. We haven't completed this model here. We're still valid. I'm gonna take this. It's not my favorite, but I'm gonna take it. Okay, because if we get stopped out here, it's just one contract. That's 28 bucks. I'm okay with that. 20 bucks. Let's just say we target this low here. Okay, 20 bucks. We target that low. That's 100 bucks. 114 bucks. Let's just say you play this 3 times, and you get it 3 times, and then you're good. You're golden. We are wanting to get filled inside of this fair value gap here. Right? That's where we want to get filled. This fair value gap. We can get filled in here. Right? Then we risk this much to make this much. And it looks like price is not, it's not want to fill us. We could just, and if we invalidate this move and trade here and go lower, then that's that, right? Because I'd rather invalidate, watch what happens here to go lower, right? And risk only 20 something bucks. So now we're in. We just got in, we traded into this fair value gap here, respecting that fair value gap. Sometimes there'll be times where this thing just runs right through and comes back down, because this 15-second model doesn't have as much strength as a higher time frame model. So now we're in. Our highs are above this, right? Above this, meaning we invalidate this move. Even though we could trade into this fair value gap here, we invalidate this move by trading above it. And even if it's like slightly below, because if we're like, oh well, maybe if we trade here, maybe I move my stop loss. Yeah, maybe you do. And maybe price just continues to rip higher and higher and higher into something like this fair value gap. There was no reason for us to take this risk from here to here just because we're going to trade into this fair value gap, right? If we're trading a 15-second model, right? This is a 15-second model right here. And I think you can only see the 1 minute. So it doesn't look like much, right? But if you look at the 15-second, this model here, this 15-second model, you have all the things that you need, right? We know that our bias is lower. We know that we want to continue lower, right? So this model says, all right, we're not necessarily looking to go long here, right? To go higher. Now we could come back and trade into some of these areas, but right now, as it stands, we're looking to go lower. So I feel better looking for these models to the downside as we move lower, right? So we come up here, right? Create liquidity, and I'll show you what this liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity here. Ultimately, this is our break of structure point. What do? We come down here, we can't break it, come up, we break it right here. This is a confirmation that this was our manipulation move here, right? Because we say our manipulation move is the move before what? A break of structure, right? So we come up here, and then this move after this breaks structure. So then we know this is a manipulation move. Where does this manipulation move take us to 1.5 standard deviations is right here. Look at where 1 standard deviation is, exactly at this low. So I would say, because this is a 15-second model, we take this low here, right? Which is sort of a quote unquote low hanging fruit for us to take a profit, right? This model yields a 4-to-1. So this is a even though it is a riskier sloppy model, it is a higher risk to reward ratio, right? Then if we were to take this model here, this big model, right? So again, this is where you're like, all right, well, how much am I willing to risk? If we let's say our risk is $80. This tells us, all right, you can take 2 contracts here. Oh, awesome. We took one, right? I took one because this is a 15-second model. I'm not super confident with 15-second models. We took one. You could have taken 2, right? Or just one on these smaller time frame models. And look at this. A 4-to-1 would yield $56 of risk to $29 of profit if we target this low. And do we want to go low? Yeah. Ultimately, right? Does it have to be right now? No. But we want to go low because this big time frame right here, this larger time frame model, ends around here. What's around here, right? Even if it's 1, the closest sort of this would complete the model. I would feel really comfortable and really good about this, taking this low and completing the model. Can we take the rest of this? Yeah, absolutely we can. Is that what we're going to target? No. Does it make sense why I took this small 15-second model to the downside? And why I'm willing, like, this is risk, right? We're always going to have risk. Every entry is going to have a risk. And there's times we're going to get stopped out. Most of the times, anticipate getting stopped out. Right? And we're like, okay, well, why don't we take this? Why are we taking this and not here? Because this model will get complete right here. Right? I'm not trying to aim for a target so far away with a little with a paper airplane, right? If there was a nice 50 caliber sniper, I'm aiming for a long target. This is a tiny little paper airplane that we created on the 15-minute. Do you think this plane, if we throw it at a mile, it'll take us there? No. But do you think if we get us like a 50 caliber like rifle, do you think it'll take a target on a mile? Absolutely. the probability is higher, right? Which is why we're taking this model. This is our sniper rifle, right? Right here. This model, this big time frame model is our sniper rifle. This is the model that's going to take us further. This tiny model, I don't expect us to go this far right now. This tiny model could take us down here and then come up, right? But I don't expect it. I don't expect this to take us all the way over here. Make sense? And because we are in a fair value gap, we could reverse. So let's start looking for a model that will invalidate all of this. Okay, so right now, let's look for that model that will invalidate this move. Let's see. We have points of structure here. Points of structure, right? You see this high, this high, this high. What would invalidate this move if we move above this high? So now what can I do? Is there anything that we can trade? Well, we've already traded into this fair value gap. This is a 15-second model. We're far away. I'm okay with moving my stop right above there. So now my risk is lowered. We're far away, right? If you had 2 contracts, you would take one right now around 2 to 1. So let's just say you have a 2 to 1, right? This is my entry. This is my target. We've already hit the target. I saw that. So let's just say this is a 3. Let's just say you go to 3 to 1. You would have taken 1 contract here, 2 to 1, right? So there's 1 contract that you would have taken. Your risk, you would have moved it all the way from your entry point. If your risk was here, you would move it halfway of this, which is right around here. Because you took a contract here and you moved your risk, this trade now has no there's no risk on the table. You made a profit, right? And if this goes fully against you and it stops you out, even if you go below and you're at negative, you still made a profit on this trade. Not much of a profit. It's a profit nonetheless. So we hit our target. This model is complete. So this is this was our external. This was our external for this model, right? And guess what? We hit that target. Do you have any questions about this? Does this make sense? Did this model make sense? And why I took it? Look at this. Where are we going? We just took this. We just took this with this model. Price is in a hurry to go lower. Do you think at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if price just straight shot to the downside? Now here's what we're going to do. What's our next? We're not going to chase this. We're done. We're not going to chase this. We're not, even if a model presents itself, right? We're not going to chase this. What are we looking for? Well, right now we have a high time frame sort of sweep, right? This is a high time frame sweep inside, internal, right? This is initial sweep. This is an internal sweep, right? On a time frame. Our external is right here. Once we take external, if we take external, guess what? Then we look for a model, right? Because we said, look, we're going to look for a high time frame point of interest or high time frame sweep. This is a high time frame sweep here, external. If we go to the 4-hour, if we go to the 4-hour, right? Where is our high time frame sweep? This is right here. This is it right here. See it? And this is relative equal lows. So we're most likely to take these lows, right? So this is a high time frame external sell side. Oh, let's go sell side, external sell side. This is external sell side liquidity. If we run this, we could continue going lower, right? Maybe we get that manipulation we were talking about that takes us higher. Right? Maybe we get a, let's see, there's our standard deviation tool. Look, if we sweep this, right? We don't have to go so low, but if we sweep this and we come down here, this is a manipulation. This manipulation takes us exactly to these equal highs. Then we can start to play this to the upside, right? Because we have external sell side. We have an external point that we're looking to get taken. It hasn't gotten taken yet. It hasn't gotten taken, but we're looking for it to get taken to go higher. Make sense? So once we do that, at this point, if you miss this trade, if you miss that small trade, it's all right. Now we're looking for this. Now we can, here's what we can do. And this is actually what we're going to do. Set an alert, right, on your phone or whatever. Set an alert. The way you're going to do that is you're going to, let's go to the 5 minute. You're going to find the point that we want to take out, which is this low point right here. Okay, you're going to, let me get rid of that. You're going to click this plus arrow at that point, which is around 18,825. And you're going to put add an alert at 18,825. This is going to alert you. If you have the app on your phone, download the TradingView app on your phone, have your notifications on, because what you can do is go on about your day. If you hear that alert on your phone, you know there's a high probability that we're crossing that. You can go back to the computer, you can sit down and you can start looking for a model. So right now, we don't need to look for any model right now. There's no model right now that we need to look for to the upside, because we're so close to all of this liquidity, right? All of this liquidity is going to be taken, most likely. There's a high probability. Why? Because this model here presented itself, right? This manipulation move takes us 1.5 is awfully close to that, right? It's closer. This is further away. 1.5, this is closer to 1.5. All of this liquidity, these 2 points, are closer to 1.5 than this. This was just our target for this tiny little model, right? To take us there. But that's what we want to see. We want to see liquidity being taken down here, right? Because what are we going to do? This is what I expect us to do. We come down, right? Maybe we come up here a little bit, right? And then we manipulate, right? Manipulation move, create some sort of structure, then model to the upside. Okay. And the manipulation move, as you remember, it could be like this. It could go down and immediately go up. No entry here whatsoever. But here's what this tells us. Whether we get this or this, right? Either one is valid, right? We'll most likely get something like this, because this is this is an external point of liquidity that we have not been able to trade underneath. And as soon as we take it, I don't think we're going to hold. I think we're just going to rip to the upside again, right? So I would anticipate more of a move like this, right? A sharp no entry move, just like we had here, right? Sharp no entry move to the downside, sharp no entry move to the upside. But at least we know the direction. Once we do this, we can confirm a direction. Right now, we can't confirm a direction. We can only we can anticipate a continuation of this market maker model, right? To this -1.5 standard deviation, which we haven't quite reached, right? We're almost there. We haven't quite reached it. But what happens if we get a move like this, right? If we get a move like that, let's just say we get a move like this. Okay. 1.5 takes us right around here. Okay. That's 1.5. Let's just say we're going to try to catch this, right? 50% of this move here. Whatever. I wouldn't advise this. Is it? No, 130 bucks. That's not worth it to catch a falling knife like that. But what I will try to do is maybe I try to, if I'm anticipating this move, this crazy move, right? I'll watch price for a minute. I'll watch price, right? Maybe you can have an entry here, right, with a tight stop loss, so that you know that if in case it does, this is sort of a chance kind of move, right? In case that does happen, then you at least try to get in. You could get stopped out and it just moves without you, or it could come back in here and start to create a market maker model. If that happens, if it takes your order and it starts to create a market maker model, then you just cut this out here because you know that there's going to be more structure. But if this happens, right, and you like whoop, and you catch that, then this could be a potential big sort of move for you. Or at this point, honestly, we could just continue to go lower. Maybe this was a sort of what do we see? What do we see? Yeah, maybe this is just a consolidation move here, right? Consolidate to go lower. Look, big candle to the downside. This is the biggest candle we've seen right now. Well, this one, this up candle, but that it failed, right? And then up and then immediately down. We're about to take this. So now what? Now what? Like how to MNQ. There's our gap. Do we trade 50% of that gap? Right? Do we take liquidity? Here's what I would do. If I am going to anticipate this, if I'm going to anticipate this taking liquidity, I don't expect us to go much lower than this gap. Also, we've already reached 1.5 standard deviations from this high. From here to here. We've well, we're not there yet. So 1.5 standard deviations. It'd be crazy if we just leave this point without taking it, right? This would just tell me, hey, there's a lot of liquidity we're building, and we could take that. So this could be, a sort of a bigger move. I don't know. I do want to see that point of liquidity being taken down here, right? Let's just say we take liquidity here, right? We take it. I would put my, let's see, what would this look like here? $50. Yeah, I would take this. I wouldn't, sorry, let me just rephrase that. I would give this a shot. Like I would look for an entry here for, why would I look for an entry there? Just see if we see how we tap back into these, we tap into this gap. I mean, we go lower a little bit. This is inside of that fair value gap. So let's just say we go into this fair value gap. We could trade halfway into this. I don't know. Do I want to go halfway into that? It's 70. If it's like 70, yeah, that's fine. I would do this, right? I catch this halfway into this fair value gap, $70. And then if we go higher, we go higher. Like if we go higher, this is a manipulation move that take us all the way up here. Will that happen today? Probably not. It's probably not. Am I willing to risk $70? Yeah. Why? Because I already took profit. My initial profit on an actual model was up here. We took that profit and you saw that, right? So I'm okay with taking part of that profit that I made into taking this trade, hopefully catching it. This is a risky entry because there's no confirmation. I'm just literally just playing it by just what I see and what I can anticipate, right? So this wouldn't be an entry that would be like, oh yeah, this is rock solid, which is why I would only take it with a single contract, right? Single contract. And this is me anticipating a move like that, right? Maybe not that big, but you know what I'm saying? Like So a move that goes like this, and then boom, this sucks. Just wiggles around. It's like boom, and takes it, and then runs, and then consolidates, maybe and induces here, and then runs, right? Or I don't know. Maybe we just create structure. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, all right. That's it for today. That is it. Keep an eye on this. Put an alert on this low. Once we hit it, look for a model, right? Look for a model to form. This is not a fair value gap. This is just a wick that I marked out. Okay, so don't use that. Use this. This is what you want to see. We are in a fair value gap. This is a new day opening gap, which is extremely important. And this low is inside of it. So maybe we wick and we come back up. See all these wicks? Nothing has been able to close, not even inside of this gap. Nothing on the 4 hour, right? We probably have some, on the 1 hour, but nothing on the 4 hours. So this tells me this is a strong point in price action, like on this a strong area where price reacts a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna put this 1817. Let's see, 1817. Right, I'm gonna somewhere around there. I'm gonna put my stop here. Boom, stop there, and that's it. I'm not gonna put my take profit, because what happens if this thing just doesn't go down here and immediately starts going up and it takes my profit, I'll be in a loss infinite, like until I come back and take it off. So don't, because I'm trading in a different platform to trade multiple accounts. But if you're trading in here, you can do, create order, stop loss, take profit, and this will actually create a bracket. So it won't take your order if it goes before, like behind you, and run with it unless you get filled. So you don't have to worry about this. I do. I can't do bracket orders, which is so stupid. All right. If you have any questions, call me. Let me know, Chris. I'll be around. But right now, this is it. That's it for today. Unless we break below this, then I'm not interested in anything else. Either we break below this or we come back above into this. Then I want to see us break above, right, to go higher. But right now, there's nothing for me here. So does that make sense? If it makes sense, give me some hamsa. And then if you have questions, I'll be around. And we took one loss of $312 in the morning, and then we made that plus some more back in this crazy trade down. That was wild. That was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It was sort of a anticipated trade. Nothing was very clean today, and we're just gonna. I was expecting that, right? Yesterday we had all this weird, choppy, no direction kind of thing, news back and forth, and it's just our goal is like, can we catch some of this stuff without over risking our capital? That was the point. Like, understand your risk per trade, right? If your risk per trade again is $80, then like maybe you can come in here, with a $20 risk to anticipate. But then again, NASDAQ moves so quick, moves so quick. So I wouldn't even anticipate that. I would stick to actual. If you're gonna risk a little bit like that, I would probably risk a little bit more per trade on actual models than just coming in here and taking these kind of risks. Makes sense? Makes sense. All right. And that's it. That's it for today. I am out of here. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know that I'll be back. I've got some stuff to do in the morning, so I may hop on 8, 9, 10. No, I probably won't. I may hop on. I may not. I'll have to figure out. I have somewhere to be. So, anyways, that was it. Good trading, and I'll see you tomorrow.